Justin Jarvis all set to go for the opening pitch of 2022, and he's in there with a strike to Mike Antico. It's 0-1, underway today at 4:06. 4 minutes early. Got to work on that new start time. There's a swing and a foul back, and it's 0-2. We're just too efficient here at the ballpark. Antico, center fielder. Takes low and inside the left-hand batter, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he's going to swing and sky one to straightaway center field. Sal Frelick is underneath of it. He'll make the catch, and Antico is retired to start the ball game today. Game time weather conditions today are brought to you by Central Temp Heating, Refrigeration, Air Conditioning. Central Temp is there when you need them. We have needed them badly the last couple of weeks, but not today. 46 degrees. They're going to say 50 today. There's a first pitch strike to Mason Wynn, one of the top prospects in the Cardinals organization. Bright sunshine, little breeze blowing across from left to right today. That's going to miss a ball to Win, and it's 1-1 to the Chiefs shortstop. Called a little bit up, and it's 2-1. Justin Jarvis, picked out of high school in North Carolina by the Milwaukee Brewers back in 2018 with a 5th round pick. He's in there with a strike, and it's 2-2 to Win. Jarvis was a Rattler in 2019, returned to the team in 2020. He's going to miss with that one, and it's a full count to Win. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Struggled quite a bit last year, going 1-7. He had 3 appearances against Peoria, and he's going to walk Win up high and away for ball 4. And that's 1 on with 1 out for L.J. Jones. Jarvis, 3 starts, 3 no decisions against the Chiefs last year. Gave up 6 runs on 11 hits with 11 walks and 9 strikeouts in 10 innings over those 3 starts. Facing a lot of new faces on this Chiefs team. Don't see a lot of returning players from last year on this roster. Ball misses low, and it's 1-0 to Jones. In fact, that whole starting lineup didn't play against the Rattlers once last year. Nobody in that starting lineup. Popped up behind third. Warren in fair territory will give way to the shortstop Murray, and that's going to be put away for out number 2. Let's take a look at that Wisconsin Timber Rattlers defense as Thomas Francisco will come to the plate with a runner at first and 2 away. The outfield from left to right, Rodriguez, Frelick, and Gray. The infield third to first is Warren, Murray, Black, and Martinez. Miller catching, and Justin Jarvis on the mound. Jarvis, the right-hander, put on a little bit of muscle last year in the offseason coming into this year, and he's got Francisco fouling that one off, and it's 0-1. Jarvis checks in this year at 6'2", 183. Saw him pitch once when I was down in spring training. He's going to toss over to first once, and Francisco is back. Win is back, excuse me. Thomas Francisco takes low, ball scooped out by Miller, throw to second, gonna get him. Oh, missed with the tag, it looks like. Wynn got in, it was a good throw from Darian Miller. It was a good read, but a good throw, and the tag was there, but Wynn was able to swim around it. So into second base is Wynn. Francisco now with a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Swings and fouls that one off to left, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. Ball low and in, and that one's dug out by Miller, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's a stolen base for Wynn. Swinging a foul off, and it's 2-2. So Wynn with a steal of second. Into scoring position with 2 outs. Francisco out of Palm Beach last year. Played in the low A Southeast. Ground ball flagged down by Jarvis with a nice pick. He'll flip it to Martinez in plenty of time for the final out of the first inning. No runs, no hits, a walk, and 1 left aboard. And after a half inning of play, it's Peoria 0 on the Rattlers coming up with Fralick Black and Gray after this on WNAM. Michael McGreevy, the right-hander, is on the hill for the Peoria Chiefs, making his Midwest League debut. McGreevy was the 18th pick of the first round in 2021 out of UC Santa Barbara. Sal Fralick was the Brewers' first round pick in 2021 out of Boston College on the other side of the country. Fralick was picked 15th overall, and he's going to take a strike on the 0-1, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Fralick, the left-hand batter, is going to swing and shoot that one foul up the left field line and out of play, and it's still no balls and 2 strikes. Fralick played at 3 levels in the Brewers system last year, in Arizona, in the Complex League, in Carolina, and with Wisconsin. He's going to foul that one off the plate, and it's 0-2 on an off-speed pitch that time from McGreevy. Takes that one just a little bit outside the zone, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Umpire lineup today. Nate Diedrich is the plate umpire with Ken Jackson on the bases. The 0-2, Fralick going to check that one foul to the Rattlers dugout on the third base side, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Joe Aralt over to pick it up. Look for somebody in the stands to flip it to. Scoreless game, bottom of the first inning, just underway today. Still some room for you if you're looking for something to do on this sunny Saturday afternoon. The 1-2, ball low and away from McGreevy, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. McGreevy went 9-2 in 16 starts for the Gauchos in Santa Barbara last year. ERA under 3 and had 115 strikeouts in 101 2/3 innings pitched. He's going to miss off the outside corner. And Fralick, who is down in the count, 0-2, has come back to work it full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. Swinging a foul straight back, and it's still 3-2. Baseball America puts McGreevy at number 4 in the Cardinals system. MLB Pipeline has him at number 8. And Fralick, way out in front of a changeup there, was able to get just enough of it to stay alive. I'll tell you what a difference 24 hours makes. As the 3-2 again, Fralick pulls it foul. And Fralick having himself an at-bat here. This next pitch will be the 12th pitch of the at-bat for Fralick. Yesterday about this time, the mood was pretty down around the ballpark after the postponement of opening day. Fralick fouls another one off. Left the ballpark last night a little after 7 o'clock and stopped at a local grocery store to get dinner, and it was snowing pretty badly. And he woke up this morning and there was snow on the field and on the grass. Driving into the ballpark, but the sun came out all of a sudden at about 8:30 this morning, and it has not gone away. All that snow melted. The infield dried out, and we have baseball for you today. The 3-2 again. Freilich lines that one to left field. Jew is back on it, and it's a leaping grab, and he falls and holds on the warning track. Tommy Jew got fooled on that line drive off the bat of Freilich, but was able to get back, make the leaping catch, and hold on the warning track after he fell. That was a heck of an at-bat, though, by Freilich. He hung in there against McGreevy. And then Tommy Jew held on and hung in there himself out in left field. So here comes Tyler Black, who was the 33rd overall pick in last year's draft. Black is going to take a ball off the outside corner, and it's 1-0. That's a strike on the outside corner to the Canadian out of Wright State University. Rattlers have had a few players out of Wright State over the years. Casey Abrams was a pitcher for the team back in the 2005 season. Horizon League team. Tyler Black, third team All-American, first team All-Horizon League last year. 13 homers in 48 games. He's going to send a ground ball to Buschberger at third here. The throw to first is just going to get him with the stretch by Francisco. And there are two away here in the first inning. Scoreless game, bottom of the first, Rattlers and Chiefs. And now let's take a look at that Peoria Chiefs defense today. The outfield from left to right, you have Jew and Tico and Jones. The infield third to first is Buschberger, Wynn, and Medlinger. Francisco at first. Antonini catching it on the hill. It's Michael McGreevy facing Joe Gray Jr., one of two members of the Brewers system to have a 20 home run, 20 stolen base season last year. Gray had himself one heck of a year last year between Carolina and Wisconsin. He'll take a strike there on the 0-1, and it's now 0-2 to Gray. 90 RBI in 110 games last year for Gray. Going to take a little bit low and away on that one, and it's a ball and two strikes. Had a 4-hit game in August against Great Lakes last year. Really jumped up his stock in the Brewers system. He's going to take a ball off the outside corner, and it's 2-2. Baseball America has him at number 12. MLB Pipeline has him at number 13. And Gray fouls that one off to the on-deck circle where Xavier Warren waits for his opportunity. Scoreless game. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Wisconsin and Peoria. Hello to everybody tuning in on MILB.TV today. Hello to everybody on the TuneIn app and on WNAM's website as well. Glad to have you along with us today. Gray is going to take a called third strike, and McGreevy, after a lot of pitches, works his way through a 1-2-3 bottom of the first. Scoreless through one, Wisconsin and Peoria. Second inning is next. Your home for the Timber Rattlers, WNAM. Timber Rattlers baseball back here today, and don't forget tomorrow a doubleheader. And the all-fan bobblehead giveaway that was supposed to be on Friday night has been moved to Sunday. We'll talk about that coming up in the bottom of the second inning. Right now, Justin Jarvis facing Jacob Buschberger and misses up with a ball. It's 1-0. Jarvis with an 18-pitch first inning. McGreevy had a 22-pitch first inning. Ground ball past Martinez at first. He made a dive for it. It was just out of his reach. And Buschberger will be aboard. And there's the leadoff man on for the Chiefs here to start the second inning. The Rattlers are on the field for the first time. They got on the field for the first time this season today. They took some ground balls in the outfield, and here's a line drive to right, sinking. Gray's going to come in and make the catch. The throw back to first is going to be late. Bushberger didn't get that far away from the bag, and Carlos Soto is retired. One away in the top of the second inning. The Rattlers got into town on Monday evening. They didn't get to hit on the field until today before the game. Ball high from Jarvis to Aaron Antonini, and it's 1-0 to Antonini. Swing and a miss. Jarvis 93 on that one with a little wrinkle in it, and Antonini came up empty. Antonini out of Venezuela. Played at 3 levels in the Cardinals system last year, and he hits that one high and deep to right, and it's going to put Peoria in front 2-0 on a 2-run homer by Antonini. So Aaron Antonini hit that one over the boardwalk to right of the big mid out there on the home run porch. So it's 2-0 and Peoria has the lead. Peoria had 111 home runs last year, and now they have just gone back to back in this ball game as Tommy Jew hits one that just cleared the wall in left field. And it's 3-0 Peoria. And Tommy Jew jumped on that first pitch and just got it over the wall. Rodriguez went back hoping to play the carom, but it just got over that 16-foot high wall out there. So 3-0 on back-to-back home runs by the Chiefs. And here comes Noah Mendlinger. He'll swing and foul that one off. And it's 0-1. (3-0) Peoria in the second inning. 1 out. There's a swing and a ground ball towards Black. The second baseman has it in short right. He'll throw to first, and there are 2 away. But like I was saying, the Rattlers and the Chiefs getting on the field here today for the first time. Neither team could hit yesterday or take ground balls yesterday. The Rattlers did get to do some drills in the outfield. The pitchers were able to get some work in the bullpen while they were in town from Monday night. Did a little work on Wednesday for FanFest. There's a ball that just missed from Jarvis, and it's 2-1. Ground ball behind first. Martinez has it, bobbles, flips to Jarvis in time. Just got over there. Good hustle by Jarvis, and they beat Antico to the bag. Chiefs, though, get 3 runs on 3 hits. Back-to-back home runs. Put them up 3-0 after an inning and a half. And we go to the bottom of the second. Peoria 3, Wisconsin 0 on WNAM. Xavier Warren leads off the Rattler half of inning number 2, and he'll take a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Warren, a switch hitter out of Central Michigan University. Warren rated number 17 in the Brewers system in both Pipeline and Baseball America coming into play today. He'll take a strike there. And it's 0-2, the Rattlers' third baseman today. Switch hitter had a fine end to the season for Wisconsin as he takes the ball up and away, and it's 1-2. Warren started the year in Carolina. Wound up hitting 13 homers in 89 games last year. He's going to take a little up and away from the right-hander McGreevy, and it's 2-2. Warren had 9 multi-hit games with Wisconsin last year. He's going to take strike 3 looking there, and that's back-to-back strikeouts for McGreevy. He got a strikeout looking to end the first and a strikeout looking to start the second. 3-0 Peoria leads it. We're at the bottom of the second inning, and here comes Ernesto Martinez Jr. 6'6", 250. Hit for the cycle last year as a member of the Carolina Mudcats against Kannapolis. Wound up hitting .274 with 11 homers and 48 RBI last year. Waiting on a 1-0 pitch from McGreevy, and he's going to swing and chase one down low and away, and it's 1-1. Down low, he lays off that one, and it's 2 balls and a strike to Ernesto. Swing and a miss. Fastball away. 92 that time from McGreevy, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Up and away, and he's worked it full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Martinez, tall left-hand batter, waiting on the offering here, and takes a ball a little bit in, and the Rattlers have their first base runner. A 1-out walk puts Martinez aboard. You know, even with the sun coming out today for the first time, basically, it seems like the sun was only out one time since I've been back from Arizona. Got back. That was last Tuesday. Last Tuesday was the 29th. Sun was out for a little bit on the 2nd. Snap throw to first, and back safely is Martinez. But then it was just dreary, cold, gray. Carlos Rodriguez takes the ball up and away, and it's 1-0. Carlos back again this year with Wisconsin. Had a real nice year last year. One of the younger guys at the advanced A level last year. Hit .267. Played in 94 games. His 1 home run last year came at Peoria against Michael Yasenka. Going to come up empty on that one. And Rodriguez, swing and a miss there, and it's 1-2. Another highly touted prospect in the Brewers system. 21 in the pipeline and 23 in the Baseball America prospect handbook. They all like the way that his hit tool plays. Just seems to be able to put the bat on the ball and make good contact. Carlos does not turn 22 until December. He's going to foul that one back, and it's still a ball and 2 strikes. 3-0, Peoria leads Wisconsin. We're in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Went around on that one. He tried to lay off, but it looked too good to him. And that's strikeout number 3 for McGreevy.
7. The shortstop, number 21.
That'll bring up Ethan Murray. Murray turns 22 in about a month here, and he's going to come up empty on that one, and it's 0-1. Might notice the pace of the game moving along a little bit more quickly with the new pitch clock. Pitch clock isn't really supposed to take effect yet. There's going to be about a week for everybody to just kind of get used to it and be ready. But if you come out to the ballpark, pickoff throw to first, and back safely is Martinez, who's still over there after that one-out walk. Batters and pitchers have to be ready within a certain time frame. See that big clock winding down. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2 to Murray. Murray out of the Duke University. Always got to get that right. Fifth rounder in 2021. Baseball America puts him as the number 30 prospect in the Milwaukee system. He'll foul that one off, and it's 1-2. Basically, the clock is reset to 18 seconds after each pitch is delivered. And basically, you got to be ready. See that big pitch clock out beyond the Chiefs bullpen in left center field. Swinging a ground ball to short. Wynn will have it. He'll flip to Mendlinger at second for the force out on Martinez. And the Rattlers are down in the second. No runs, no hits, one left. After 2 complete, it's Peoria 3 and Wisconsin 0 on WNAM. Got Max filling in back in the WNAM studios today. We're coming to you from the Lamers Bus Lines broadcast booth at Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium. A little cool, a little breezy, but we've got bright sunshine and baseball for you today, with Justin Jarvis on the hill for the top of the third inning, facing Mason Wynn, LJ Jones, and Thomas Francisco. And the first pitch from Jarvis is inside, a ball, 1-0. Wynn walked and stole a base back in the first inning. Jarvis misses up with that one to win, and it's 2-0. That's a strike, 2 balls and 1 strike now to the Chiefs shortstop. Wynn hit .262 last year with Low A Palm Beach. We'll take a ball there, and it's 3-1 now. Second round pick in 2020. Going to take a ball there, and that's the second time Wynn will be aboard on a walk. Second walk of the game for Jarvis as well.
Right fielder, 48, L.J. Jones.
That'll bring up L.J. Jones. Jones popped out to Murray at short his first time up. Pickoff throw to first, and back safely over there is Wynn. Jones out of Long Beach State. 5th rounder in 2020. Lays off a high fastball. And the count goes to 2-0. Wynn, good lead at first, not going as a breaking ball knocked down behind the plate by Miller. And it's 3-0. Top of the third inning. We'll take a look at the Sports Medicine Center Midwest League report here in a moment. Ball high, and that's back-to-back walks to start the third inning for Jarvis. A 4-pitch walk to Jones will move Wynn down to second and bring Thomas Francisco, the cleanup batter, to the plate. He grounded right back to Jarvis to end the first inning. And now Darian Miller, the Rattlers catcher, is going to go out and talk to Jarvis. And while that's going on, why don't we remind you that coming up tomorrow, it's the all-fan bobblehead giveaway that was planned for Friday night. Each fan that enters the stadium tomorrow will receive one of 3 unique vintage Bobble Boy figures, courtesy of Pepsi and Asphalt Seal and Repair. Those vintage Bobble Boy figures feature Timber Rattlers' alternate identities, Cascabeles, Udder Tuggers, and Brats. Plus, as Francisco pops one up behind second, in shallow left center now, it's Murray. He's got it, and there's one away as the infield fly rule was called. So Francisco pops out to Murray, 1 away, 2 on, 3-0 Peoria in the third inning. And now here comes Jacob Buschberger, who had that single just past the outstretched glove of Martinez in the second inning, and then came home on the Antonini 2-run homer. Plus, there are going to be 3 special limited edition Bobble Boys mixed in with all the other giveaways. Well, not just 3 of them, but they are limited edition. There's a strike to Buschberger. And it's 0-1. Outside ball, 1 strike. Those will be the same alternate identities, but just different jerseys for the Brats, Cascabeles, and Udder Tuggers. That's tomorrow. All-fan bobblehead giveaway. Off-speed pitch misses up to Buschberger, and it's 2-1. Swinging a pop-up foul, right side out of play. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Buschberger. Jarvis looked back at Wynn. Now the pitch home, low, knocked down by Miller, and it's 3-2 now to Buschberger. Now lots of bobblehead giveaways this year. Joey Weimer brought bobblehead. That's going to be a fun one. Got the Sal Frelick Fans Choice bobblehead too. 3-2 pitch, swinging a blooper down the right field line. Gray long run over. It's going to be a foul ball. It hit on the warning track and bounces up out of the walkway in front of the berm down there. So everybody going to reset here. Wynn back to second, Jones back to first. And back to the batter's box is Buschberger. 3-0 Peoria. We're in the top of the third inning. I think the one that I've seen out of bobbleheads that's gotten the most reaction has been the Safari Whiffer on Dinosaur Night. That one looks a little fun. 3-2 pitch again. Inside, and it's ball 4 and 3 walks in the inning. 4 in the game for Jarvis. Will load the bases for Carlos Soto. Take a look at the Midwest League report. Ball's going to skip in low. And it's 1-0 to Soto. Bases loaded. Ground ball past Jarvis. Near second, Black. Second one. Murray's turn to first in time. 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. Good turn. Black to Murray to Martinez. Ends the threat for the Chiefs. No runs, no hits, 2 left aboard, and after 2.5 innings, it's Peoria 3, Wisconsin 0 on your home for Wisconsin Timber Rattlers baseball, WNAM. Bottom of the third inning is here, and Darian Miller will get his first hack as a Wisconsin Timber Rattler. Miller had some incredible games last year, including an incredible week with the Carolina Mudcats. He had a 3-homer, 8 RBI game that included a grand slam on September 1st against Delmarva, and then on September 5th, he had a pinch hit walk-off grand slam to beat the Shorebirds. Miller's going to foul that one back. And the count goes to 1-1. 3-0 Peoria with the lead in the bottom of the third inning. Action from the Midwest League last night. There was one rainout aside from the Rattlers game that was knocked out due to wet grounds. 2-1 to Miller. Popped up behind home plate, out of play, and it's 2-2. Lake County at Lansing, they were rained out. They're playing a doubleheader today. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts already for McGreevy. And there's one away in the Rattlers' third. The action that did happen last night, West Michigan won 5-1 at Great Lakes. The Loons had 3 hits in that ball game. Parker Meadows homered for the Whitecaps. Ismael Alcantara homered for the Loons in that ball game last night. 0-1 to Tristan Peters. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2 to the Rattlers' number 9 batter. Peters DHing today out of Southern Illinois University. Canadian native fouls that one back out of Manitoba. Quad Cities at South Bend last night. They went 10 innings. River Bandits winning 4-3 over the Cubs. Ball outside, 1-2 to Peters. Quad Cities had a 3-0 lead in that ball game, but South Bend with 2 in the 4th, and then in the bottom of the 9th inning, the Cubs tied it on an Ed Howard sacrifice fly. Ball inside, 2-2 from McGreevy. But in the bottom of the top of the 10th inning, Luca Tresh, who had a 2-run single in the 3rd inning. Fly ball to left. Tommy Jew has a beat on this one, and he'll make the catch there. 2 gone. Tresh had an RBI single in the 10th to knock in the go-ahead run, and then Quad Cities held South Bend off the scoreboard in the bottom of the 10th. Dayton and Fort Wayne hooked up in a wild one last night. And by the way, the manager of the Dayton Dragons might be a familiar name to Timber Rattlers fans of a certain vintage. As Freilich pops it up, foul, third base side, underneath of it, making the catch is Buschberger. And after a long at-bat his first time up, Freilich pops out the third in his second at-bat. Rattlers go down in order in the third, and we go to the 4th inning. Peoria 3, Wisconsin 0. This is Wisconsin. I mentioned the Dayton won. It was the first managerial win in the Midwest League for former Wisconsin Timber Rattler Brian LaHare, who is the manager of the Dragons, the Reds High A Central, or the Dragons Midwest League affiliate. He was probably thinking, what was I doing? Because in the top of the ninth inning, Dayton, they had just taken a 6-1 lead going into the top of the ninth after scoring 3 in the bottom of the eighth. Fly ball to left, and Rodriguez is there. He'll put it away, and Antonini, who hit a 2-run homer his last time up, is retired, and there's one away in the fourth. In the top of the ninth inning, Fort Wayne scored 4 runs on 3 bases-loaded walks and a wild pitch. And then after that wild pitch, there was another walk to load the bases. But final out was recorded on a called third strike, and Dayton held on for that 6-5 win over Fort Wayne. Called strike to Tommy Jew, who hit that home run over the left field wall his last time up. Flies that one foul to right. That's going to get up on the roof. And it's quickly 0-2 to the Chiefs left fielder. Cedar Rapids 12-5 win at home over Beloit last night. They scored 7 in the 4th inning. Christian Encarnacion Strand hit a grand slam to cap that inning for the Colonels. 2-2 to Tommy Jew. Is that one missed low?
Yeah, we're getting ready here.
It's a little bit in, and it's 3-2 now. Rattlers will see Beloit starting Tuesday down at ABC Supply Stadium. Swinging a foul back. It's still 3-2. See a lot of familiar names on this Beloit Sky Carp roster. Victor Mesa Jr., Will Banfield, Jair Camargo, fly ball to left, that's going to drop in, and Tommy Jew has a couple of hits today, a home run and a single.
Second baseman, number 4, Noah Mendlinger.
Action today in the High A Central League. Got one final. Great Lakes beat West Michigan 5-4. There's Noah Mendlinger. Swing and a miss, and it's on one. Mendlinger hit a ground ball to Black back in the 2nd inning. It was a walk-off win today for Great Lakes. Zach Ching with a walk-off RBI single. This was after West Michigan had scored 2 runs in the top of the 8th to tie the game at 4. South Bend's up 2-1 on Quad Cities in the 7th inning. In South Bend, runner goes, pitch is swung and fouled off to left. And it's ball and 2 strikes to Mendlinger. Matt Mervis with a sacrifice fly in the 6th inning to break a 1-1 tie, putting the Cubs in front of the River Bandits. Swinging a ground ball to first. Martinez has it with a little bobble. He's only got one play, and that will be to tag out the runner. So Mendlinger is out, 3 unassisted. Jew will move to second base. And with 2 outs and a 3-0 lead for the Chiefs, here comes Mike Ontico with his 3rd at bat of the ball game. Anyway, Lake County and Lansing have a 2nd game of that doubleheader coming up in a little bit. Cedar Rapids hung another one on Beloit today. 9-3 was the final. Encarnacion Strand went 5 for 5 with 5 RBI today. Had another home run, his 3rd of the season. Also had a double and 3 singles. Cedar Rapids out to a 2-0 start in the Midwest League. It's 2-0 to Ontico. with a runner at second and 2 away here. And Jarvis misses up with that one, and it's 3-0. Fort Wayne at Dayton was postponed. And our score here is 3-0 Peoria. Jarvis in there with a strike, and it's 3-1. Brewers Farm Report is brought to you by Greenstone Farm Credit Services as we've reached the 4th inning, and I found my sponsorship list. Good to have Greenstone back with us again this year. There's a called strike on the 3-1 breaking ball, and it's 3-2. Brewers game with the Cubs at Wrigley was called due to inclement weather yesterday. And it was part of a doubleheader in May on the 30th. Jarvis on the 3-2 pitch on Tico. Swings and misses at strike 3. And that will end the 4th inning on Jarvis's first strikeout of the game. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Back after a timeout and station identification. It's 3-0 Peoria through 3.5 innings of play on AM 1280 WNAM. Tyler Black on the first pitch of the bottom of the 4th inning will take a strike, and it's 0-1. That's going to be a little bit up. Rattlers still looking for their first hit here of 2022. They're down 3-0 in the bottom of the 4th against Michael McGreevy. Other action for the Brewers system last night. Nashville beat Durham 3-1 at home. They scored 3 runs in the first inning on an RBI single by Abraham Almonte and a 2-run double by Mark Mathias. Joe Gray Jr. will take a ball off the outside corner, and it's 1-0. Jason Alexander, 5 scoreless innings. Luke Barker, a Rattler back in 2017, a scoreless 9th for the save. Swing and a miss by Gray, and it's 1-1. Sounds got started a little early. They started on Tuesday night, and they're off to a 2-2 start. 4 games in the book already as Gray lifts one to right. Jones over, long run, and makes the catch in fair territory, crossing into foul territory for the out, 2 away. What a ball game last night for Biloxi. They won 13-11 in 11 innings at Pensacola. Felix Valerio broke an 11-11 tie with a 2-run home run in the 11th inning. Tristan Lutz homered. Garrett Mitchell had 2 hits, walked twice, drove in 3 runs. Freddie Zamora had 3 RBI. Big offensive night as Warren fouls one into the Rattler dugout. And it's 0-1 to the Rattlers' third baseman. Hayden Cantrell had 3 hits, including a 3-run homer in the bottom of the 8th inning for Pensacola. Cantrell traded to the Marlins just a few hours after Corey Howell, another Rattler from last year, was traded to San Diego. Ball inside to Warren, 1-1. Carolina beat Down East 5-3 at home last night. They're off to a 1-0 start, winning their opening game. Warren pops that one up on the infield. Coming in on the infield grass from his second base position is Mendlinger. He's got it, and the Rattlers are down in order again. That is 8 in a row retired by McGreevy. The only Rattler to reach tonight was Martinez on a walk in the 2nd inning. 5th inning coming up. It's 3-0 Peoria, and the Rattlers are going to the bullpen. We'll tell you who the new pitcher is when we come back after this on AM 1280 WNAM. New pitcher for the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers here in the top of the 5th inning. It's Joey Matulovic, a 20th round pick in 2018 out of the University of California, Berkeley. Matulovic replaces Justin Jarvis. 4 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 4 walks and a strikeout for Jarvis, 67 pitches, 36 strikes. And the bullpen cart is being wheeled back into place out in the center field wall. Trying to get that back so we can get this game moving along. First time out for the bullpen cart this year. I know you have to be very careful driving that, because if you scratch one of the sides, it's a pretty big fine. So Matulovic, last year between Carolina and Wisconsin, 3-2 with a save, 24 games, 9 starts. He's going to get in there with a strike to Mason Wynn, and it's 0-1. Wynn, no official at bat today. He has walked twice. He's going to take a ball there, and it's 1-1. Arbit Scipion, 2 for 4, drove in 4 runs for Carolina last night. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Micah Bello, 2 for 3, 3 runs scored. Scipion broke a 3-3 tie with a 2-run double in the bottom of the 6th. Ground ball to first. Martinez has it and will take it himself to the bag, 3 unassisted. And there's 1 gone in the top of the 5th inning. Brewers system today, again brought to you by Greenstone Farm Credit Services. Brewers lose 9-0 to the Cubs. They were out hit 10-4. Tough day for the Crew today down at Wrigley Field. Brewers 0-2 to start the season. Nashville, Josh Lindblom gets the start against Durham tonight. That's a 6:35 start time, as there's a strike to L.J. Jones, who has walked and popped out to second today. Ground ball foul up the third baseline, and it's a ball and a strike. Biloxi is at Pensacola tonight. Andy Otero gets the ball against Zach McCambly. McCambly was a Beloit snapper last year. Gets the start for Pensacola against Otero. A 6:05 start time down there, Central. Carolina is down 2-0 to Down East in the bottom of the 4th inning. Both teams with a couple of hits. Down East and Carolina at 5 County Stadium down in Zebulon, North Carolina today. No balls and 2 strikes from Matulovic. Gets a swing and a looping line drive to left, and Rodriguez is going to run it down out there for out number 2. Francisco will take a ball, and it's 1-0. He is 0 for 2 with a ground out and a pop out today. That's a strike from Matulovic. Joey was a member of the Rattlers in 2019. And in 2021, and he's going to get a ground ball. Charging from second is Black. Picks, throws with time, and a 1-2-3 inning for Matulovic here in the top of the 5th. Halfway home in this one, it's 3-0 Peoria. Rattlers will have Martinez, Rodriguez, and Murray coming up when we come back on WNAM. 3-0 Peoria to lead it off here. It's Ernesto Martinez in the bottom of the 5th inning. Rattlers looking for something to get going here. Martinez, the only base runner today. He walked back in the 2nd. Going to take a ball there, and it's 1-0 here against McGreevy. Michael McGreevy going to get in there with a strike, and it's 1-1. McGreevy had a no decision in his last start back in September of 2021. Pitched for Palm Beach. 2 runs on 3 hits with no walks in just 1 inning of work. His inning totals and his starts, there's a strike on the 2-1, and it's 2-2 now to Martinez. His starts, once he signed with the Cardinals organization, were very short after throwing a lot of innings at UC Santa Barbara. The 2-2 here. Swinging a foul off the front foot, and Martinez We'll get another hack here at 2-2. McGreevy threw 101 and 2/3 innings in college last year. The 2-2. Up high and away, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes to Martinez. His longest start last year was 2 innings on September 14th against the Daytona Tortugas down in the Low A Southeast. Fouled off the on-deck circle, and it's still 3-2 to Martinez. Most strikeouts he had last year was 2. He's doubled that now. He's got 4 strikeouts today. The 3-2 pitch. Martinez waves at a 3-2 change in the dirt, and that's strikeout number 5 for McGreevy. And there's 1 gone, and that's 9 in a row now retired by the right-hander for Peoria. There is activity in the Chiefs' bullpen. As Carlos Rodriguez comes to the plate, there is a right-hander getting loose out there. And there's a bunt by Rodriguez, foul up the third baseline, 0-1. Got Heredia out there. The 0-1 to Rodriguez, swinging a ground ball towards second. Mendlinger's got it on the first, 2 away. I don't see McGreevy going too much deeper into this ball game. That right there was his 73rd pitch. Cardinals used to get a little bit adventurous early in the season with their starting pitchers. Let them roll a little bit longer. There's a swing by Murray, popped up foul first base side. That is going to make the seats. And it's 0-1 to Murray. Grounded into a fielder's choice his last time up. McGreevy ready. So is Murray. There's a breaking ball that missed, and it's 1-1. That's a fastball at 92 in there for a strike, and it's 1-2 to Murray with 2 out, nobody aboard here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Wisconsin trails 3-0. Murray has chopper off the plate. This is going to be a tough play for Buschberger. He's got it. Fires to first, and it's just in time. Good play by Buschberger. Just did beat Murray to the bag with that throw. Rattlers down in order again, and we go to the 6th inning. It's Peoria 3 and Wisconsin 0 on your home for Timber Rattlers baseball, WNAM. Coming up this season for the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers fans at Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium, always check out timberrattlers.com for the latest. That next homestand is going to start up on the 19th of April with the Quad Cities River Bandits coming into town. Got a lot of great stuff on that homestand. Hockey Day. The first bang for your buck night, and much more, as Matulovic's first pitch to Buschberger is ball 1, and it's 1-0 to Buschberger. Buschberger with a single and a run scored in the 2nd. He walked in the 3rd, and he's got a 1-ball, 1-strike count now here in the 6th inning. Pops that one up, foul, first base side. That's going to make the seats behind the all-you-can-eat seats. And it's 1-2. Sixth inning is here. It's time for this date in Timber Rattlers history. April 9th, 1995, the Rattlers lose 3-2 at Peoria. Ground ball up the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit, and that's another hit for Buschberger. His second of the day. Fifth of the game for Peoria. Not so much notable for the score, but for something that happened between the top of the first inning and the bottom of the first inning. Dusty Wathen and manager Mike Goff were ejected for Wathen violating the minor league baseball tobacco policy. A can of tobacco, chewing tobacco. Ball misses to Soto, and it's 1-0. Soto 0 for 2. He has flown out and grounded into a double play. Can of chewing tobacco fell from Wathen's pocket as he was warming up outfielder Joe Mathis. Breaking ball got the outside corner for a strike, and it's 1-1. Umpire Jason Gibbon tossed both Wathen and Goff immediately under the guidelines set by minor league baseball, a zero-tolerance policy for tobacco. Swinging a fly ball to right. Gray fighting the sun, backpedaling, twisting, turning, and it's just out of his reach. It's going to be a double for Soto. Into third goes Buschberger. Gray fighting the sun and the wind that whole way out there. And the Chiefs in business in the sixth. Bounces one low and in, scooped out by Miller, and it's 1-0. Yeah, Major League or minor league baseball enacted a new tobacco policy going into that 1994 season. And basically, if you had tobacco on you, or if you had tobacco, you're chewing tobacco and on the field, and the umpire saw it, you were ejected and the manager was ejected. Both of you were fined. Swinging a foul straight back, and it's 1-1. I think Mike Goff in the story with the paper said, yeah, that will never happen again. That was an expensive can of tobacco. One ball, one strike. Outside, 2-1. Minor league baseball used to have somebody come in occasionally, and they would just, go through clubhouses, and if they saw a can of chewing tobacco out in the open, it was a fine automatically. Swing and a miss, off-speed pitch from Matulovic, and a good one, and it's 2-2. Mike Goff was a Rover one time, and he left a can of tobacco out, and the tobacco enforcer came through and wrote him up. Mike was not happy, and there's a line drive to left that's going to get 2 runs home as Antonini's got 4 RBI on opening day in 2022, and it's 5-0 in favor of the Chiefs. Line drive over the drawn-in infield, and Antonini with the third straight hit to open the sixth. And here comes Tommy Jew, who's got 2 hits today, homer and a single. And not only did they used to have a tobacco enforcer come around, they used to have people come in, and I think Joe Garagiola used to come in. He always called it spit tobacco. Make it sound even more disgusting. But he would come in with pictures of what, longtime users of chewing tobacco's gums and teeth and jaw looked like. Almost a scared straight kind of thing. Some local dentists used to come in and make presentations to the players. I'm not sure how many it dissuaded. Fly ball center field. Frelick's got to play it on a hop in front of him. And And that's another base hit for Tommy Ju, his third of the game. And that's 4 straight hits to open the 6th inning for Peoria.
Second baseman.
And here comes Noah Mendlinger.
Noah Mendlinger.
Rattler bullpen starting to stir a little bit. See if Joey can get out of it here. Check swing on a breaking ball. He held, and it's 1-0 to Mendlinger. April 9th, 1996, Randy Vickers hit a home run in the top of the 15th inning to break a 2-2 tie at Fort Wayne. Rattlers would beat the Wizards 3-2 on that Vickers home run. Fly ball to left, and that's going to carry to Rodriguez. He'll make the catch there for the first out of the 6th inning. 5-0 Peoria, 3 in the second, 2 here in the 6th, and with 2 on and 1 out. Here's Mike Antico. He's 0 for 3 today. All 3 of his at-bats were against Jarvis. April 9th, 2003, the season finally got underway for the Rattlers after 6 straight postponements to open the season. Called strike, and it's 0-1 to Antico. The 2003 season, I remember that one. We had Fan Fest on a Tuesday, and it was April 1st, I think, is what the date would have been. And it was 70 degrees. We had one of the best turnouts for Fan Fest ever because kids were off for spring break. Check swing and a foul, and it's 0-2 to Antico. Weather was fine until Wednesday afternoon, and then Wednesday night during the welcome home banquet, we got the call and the front office had to go and put the tarp on the field. We got hit with an ice and snowstorm. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Antico's gone. First strikeout for Matulovic. Fooled him on that one, and there are 2 gone with 2 on for Mason Wynn. And we were supposed to open the season on April 3rd against Beloit, and that Beloit team had Prince Fielder on it, and ticket sales were brisk for that whole series and had to wipe out all 4 games. Swinging a pop-up, shallow right center. Black is out, Gray is in, and it's Gray to make the catch, and the inning comes to an end. 2-run score on 4 hits with 2 left on base. And after 5.5 innings of play, it's Peoria 5 and Wisconsin 0 on WNAM. Yeah, I just wanted to go back and finish up that there was a kind of a weird thing that happened. Beloit was in town for that 2003 season. And they were coming in to drop their stuff off because they were hoping that they could get at least a game in. So they were driving into the ballpark, and their bus actually slid off the driveway and got stuck. And the players had to walk to the clubhouse, and then we had to take some of the Snappers players over to Appleton West High School so they could practice. And they basically sat in Appleton for 4 days with nothing going on. There was supposed to be an off day on the next 2 games with Clinton got iced out, snowed out, rained out. And after 6 straight postponements to open the season, the 2003 season opened on this date with a doubleheader against Clinton. Gary Harris had a walk-off RBI single in the bottom of the 7th inning in Game 1. for Rattlers win. Swing and a miss by Darian Miller as Michael McGreevy's day is done and Logan Gregg is the new pitcher. McGreevy 5 no-hit innings, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts as Miller fouls it off. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. McGreevy 77 pitches, 52 strikes. Line drive towards right, 1 hop and misplayed out there by Mendlinger. That ball had some spin on it from Miller. It's going to be a tough one to call a base hit for the first hit of the game, but I'd give it to him. I'm not the official scorer, though. That ball had some spin on it, and Mendlinger looked like he overran it. That's going to take a little thinking. And maybe another replay. Kind of kicked off his glove there, and it will be an E4 on Mendlinger. So here's Tristan Peters as the Rattlers have their first base runner since the 2nd inning. Ball misses to Peters, and it's 1-0. By the way, Clinton won the 2nd game of that doubleheader 5-2, but nobody cares what happens in the 2nd game of the year, right? Peters swings through that one, and it's 1-1. The Rattlers' opening day on April 8th of 2010 was snowed out as well. They opened up with a doubleheader against Kane County on the 9th. Ball up, 2-1 to Peters. And 12 years ago today, the Rattlers swept a doubleheader from Kane County. Scooter Jeanette had a walk-off single in Game 1 for a 3-2 win. The Rattlers won Game 2 6-3. Game 1 was also notable for who started that game for Wisconsin. Here's the 2-1 to Peters. Instead, it's a flip over to first base. Miller is back. Jeff Suppan on a rehab assignment for the Milwaukee Brewers was the opening day starter in that first game of the doubleheader for the Rattlers back in 2010. Ball low, and it's 3-1. Logan Gregg, a veteran of the Cardinals organization and with the Peoria Chiefs. Sixth rounder in 2019. Misses away for ball 4, and the Rattlers with 2 on, nobody out, and the top of the order coming up, trailing 5-0 in the 6th. And by the way, it is the Juniper Pools home run inning. If a Rattler homers in the 6th inning today, Ellen Radike wins a $25 gift card from Juniper Pools. Sign up at Juniper Pools for the home run inning. Here's Sal Frelick. Sal grounds a diving stop by Francisco. His only play is first base. He'll take it himself, 3 unassisted. Miller to 3rd, Peters to 2nd, and the Rattlers have runners at 2nd and 3rd for the first time today. Joe Arald down there at 3rd base welcoming Darian Miller. Hasn't seen anybody yet. Until right now. Tyler Black swings and misses at a first pitch off speed away. And it's 0-1. Wisconsin's bullpen is busy. Brady Shanuel is getting loose out there. Product of the University of Iowa. As Black takes low and in. One out, runners at 2nd and 3rd. Rattlers with their best chance of the afternoon so far. Cued off the end of the bat, and it's 1-2. Gregg out of Oklahoma State on the 2-1. Black lifts it foul to left, and it's 2-2. 5-0. Peoria leads Wisconsin. They scored 3 in the second and 2 in the sixth. Rattlers are still looking for their first hit of the ball game. Black takes off the outside corner, and it's a full count now, 3-2. Tyler Black, one of the top prospects in the Brewers system. Settles into that left-hand batter's box. Waits on the right-handed offering of Gregg. Swinging a foul tip, and Antonini could not hold on, so Black will get another hack here. Just got a piece of that one, and that was enough to keep him in there. Miller at third, Peters at second. Gregg steps off. Now ready in the 2-2 pitch. Fly ball foul to left into the seats. It's still 3-2. Rattlers in action tomorrow. It's a 1:10 start time for game one of a doubleheader. A couple of 7-inning games coming your way tomorrow. Wisconsin and Peoria on Sunday afternoon. The 2-2 to Black. Swinging a ground ball towards third. That'll get a run home. The throw to first is in time. Black retired 5-3, but knocks in the run as Miller crosses home plate. Holding at second is Peters, and here comes Joe Gray Jr. So Black knocks in the first run. And the Rattlers still looking for their first hit, and here comes Joe Gray Jr. Looked like the Chiefs were going through some defensive signs there. And that, of course, is one of those delays that teams are allowed. All right, here comes Gray. Waiting on the pitch from Gregg. Inside a ball, and it's 1-0. Line drive over the head of Joe Arald. Rattlers manager and third baseman getting out of the way of that one with a salute for Gray. As it's 1-1. Joe out in front of that off-speed pitch there from Gregg. Decent crowd here on this Saturday afternoon. Sun came out, people able to come out and enjoy some baseball today. There's a little bit off the outside corner, and it's 2-1. Outside, a ball, 3-1. Antonini came up ready to fire down to second, but Mendlinger didn't sneak into second base. Peters' lead out there was getting a little adventurous. (3-1). Called a strike, and it's full now, 3-2. Joe thought it was ball 4. Set the bat down, is ready to take the shin guard off. Thought it was a little low there, but got framed up at the knees. Payoff pitch coming up with 2 out and a runner at second. Gray takes outside on that one. It is ball 4, so second walk of the inning for Gregg. And Xavier Warren will bat with the tying run on deck in Ernesto Martinez. Warren is 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a pop out. Warren will take off the outside corner there, and it's 1-0. Cued off the end of the bat there. Gregg faced the Rattlers a couple of different times last year. In May, he faced them twice as a reliever down in Peoria. Faced them twice as a starter in June here. Twice more as a starter in June later in the month in 2021. He was 0-1 in those 6 appearances. The 1-1. Wave that foul down the left field line. That's going to get a nice catch by a fan in the stands down there. That's why you bring your glove to the game. 1-2 to Warren. In July, though, Gregg beat Wisconsin at Peoria. He went 6 innings, gave up 1 run on 3 hits with 5 strikeouts. Gregg trying to work his way through the 6th. He's allowed 1 unearned run so far. And there's a ground ball right to second. Mendlinger's got it. Throw to first is low, but dug out by Francisco, and the Rattlers are done in the 6th. They do get a run. No hits, 2 walks, an error, and 2 left aboard. And we're through 6. Peoria 5, Wisconsin 1. This is Timber Rattlers Baseball on WNAM. Wisconsin has gone to the bullpen here for the top of the 7th inning, trailing 5-1. Brady Shanuel, who had quite the season last year with the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, is on in relief of Joey Matulovic. Matulovic goes 2 innings. He allows 2 runs on 4 hits. No walks and 1 strikeout for Matulovic. Shanuel, last season with Wisconsin, 6-0 in relief in 37 games, 76 strikeouts in 57 innings pitched. He inherited 31 base runners last year and allowed just 6 to score. And there were points last year where he would come in almost impossible situations, and he would work his way through it without allowing those inherited runners to score. Quite the season for the former Iowa Hawkeye, whose first pitch misses low and into L.J. Jones to open the 7th inning. 5-1, Peoria leads it. Coming up on the Shields Sports 7th inning stretch. There's a swing and a foul back, and it's 1-1. Rattlers did get on the board in the 6th inning with an unearned run against Gregg. Two walks and an error with an infield grounder by Black knocking in the run. Shanuel hits the target to Jones, and it's 1-2. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Shanuel opens his 2022 with a strikeout. 1 away in the 7th.
First baseman, 21, Thomas.
There is a left-hander getting loose in the Peoria bullpen right now. Might see him for the bottom of the 7th. Ball misses to Francisco, who is 0 for 3 with a couple of groundouts and a pop-out. Ball misses low, and it's 2-0. Fly ball left field, slicing foul to the berm. Going to get out of play, and it's 2-1 to Francisco. The Rattlers trailing 5-1 in the 7th inning. Swinging a fly ball to left, starting in is Rodriguez, now stops in his tracks and makes the catch. And there are 2 away here in the 7th inning. That'll bring up Buschberger, who has got a couple of hits and a couple of runs scored to go along with a walk today. Taking a peek at the Midwest League scoreboard today. Brought to you by the Sports Medicine Center, as that one is going to miss low for a ball to Buschberger, and it's 1-0. Dayton's home game with Fort Wayne rained out. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-1 to Buschberger. They'll make it up tomorrow. 1 ball, 1 strike to Buschberger. Swinging a foul off, and it's 1-2. Cedar Rapids beat Beloit today, 9-3. South Bend with a 2-1 win over Quad Cities in South Bend today. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Murray's got it at short. Got a quick throw to first in time. Peoria is going to go to the bullpen here for the bottom of the 7th inning after another successful 7th inning stretch. Just into the game is Nathaniel Heredia, international free agent signed in 2018 out of the Dominican Republic. Heredia making his 2022 debut. Facing Ernesto Martinez in a lefty-lefty matchup, and that one misses inside. And the count is 1-0. Martinez walked in the 2nd. The Rattlers have had 4 base runners today, 3 walks and an error. 1-0. Martinez takes his strike, and it's 1-1. Martinez in his 2 at-bats today against McGreevy, the starter. Walked in the 2nd, struck out in the 5th. Takes a ball there, and it's 2-1. Rattlers just trying to get something going here late. Give this crowd a little something to cheer about. Here comes the first offering, and the next offering, and it's going to miss, and it's 3-1 now to Martinez. Martinez inside a ball. He's on base once again with another walk. This one a leadoff walk. Second Rattler of the ball game to reach as the leadoff. Well, Miller reached on the error back in the 6th inning. And he was going to come around to score later in that inning. Taking a peek at the other games in the High A Central League or the Midwest League today. Again, earlier Great Lakes, 5-4 walk-off win over West Michigan at Dow Diamond today. Both of those teams are off to 1-1 starts. Cedar Rapids with that 9-3 win at home over Beloit. They're off to a 2-0 start. South Bend 2-1 win over Quad Cities. Both of those teams are 1-1. Carlos takes up for a ball, and it's 1-1 strike. Lake County leads at Lansing 3-0. The Lugnuts batting in the bottom of the 7th in Game 1 of a doubleheader. Game 2 coming up a little bit later on. This is the only other action going on in the Midwest League today. Here comes the 1-1 to Rodriguez. Instead, it's a flip over to first, and Martinez is back safely. And it's a balk called on Heredia instead, so the balk will allow Martinez to move into scoring position. Looked like he was a little caught up on what he wanted to do there, and I think might have stepped towards home before the throw went to first, or as the throw went to first. Yeah, that's a balk all day. So runner in scoring position with nobody out for Wisconsin here in the bottom of the 7th. Here comes the 1-1. And Rodriguez will take a strike on the outside corner at the knees, and it's 1-2. One-two. Here it comes. Swinging a ground ball to the left side. Martinez in front of the third baseman Bushberger will take third as Rodriguez is out 5-3. So Martinez, judging he could make third on that slowly hit ground ball off the fists of Rodriguez, is now at third base with less than 2 outs. And here comes Ethan Murray. Infield back. They'll give up the run to get the out on the infield. Murray will take a strike, and it's 0-1. Outside off the glove of Antonini, and it's 1-1 to Murray. Murray appeared in 36 games in the Arizona Complex last year and with Carolina, so combined 36 games last season after signing with Milwaukee. The 1-1, swing and a miss at a fastball, and it's 1-2. Miller waiting on deck. Fly ball, center field. Antico underneath of it will make the catch. Tagging and scoring from third will be Martinez, and Murray makes it the Rattlers' second run of the ball game. Rattlers once again this inning score without the benefit of a base hit. They've cut that lead down to 2 now, or down to 3 now. And here comes Darian Miller. Miller reached on an error and scored 1 inning ago. Went around on an off-speed pitch there, and it's 0-1. Miller will take a strike, that one on the outside corner, and it's 0-2 to the Rattlers catcher. Miller, a 9th round high schooler, 2019 draft out of Clovis High School in California. The 0-2. Swinging a foul off at the plate. Quick 10 seconds for station ID. This is Timber Rattlers baseball. Coming to you today from the Lamers Bus Lines broadcast booth inside Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium. Little check swing foul up the first baseline, and it's still 0-2. Got Brian back in the WNAM studios now after Max got us off and running. Spinning those dials back in the studios. Rattlers trying to get something spinning today. Trailing 5-2 in the 7th, and Miller goes down swinging at strike 3. That one came right in under his hands, and that is the first strikeout for Heredia, and it's the final out of the 7th. Rattlers get a run, no hits, nobody left on base. 7 complete. Peoria 5, Wisconsin 2 on WNAM. Top of the 8th inning is here, and it's Brady Shanuel back out for the Rattlers after a 1-2-3 7th inning. He will face Soto, Antonini, and Jew. And it's been the bottom part of the order that's done the damage for the Chiefs today. Antonini, the number 7 batter, has 2 hits and 4 RBI. Jew has 3 hits and a home run. So it's 5-2 Peoria in the top of the 8th inning. The Rattlers' 8th will be Peters, Freilich, and Black. So 9-1-2 coming up. Shanuel's going to try to keep the Chiefs from scoring and give the Rattlers a chance late here. Here comes the 0-1. Going to miss up a ball, and it's 1-1. One ball, one strike.
Yeah, it's not like you're in the sun.
Going to skip that one in front of the plate for a ball, and it's 2-1 now to Soto.
I think you're going to go out and buy it here. No, but I think tomorrow.
Shanuel
Yeah, I'm here for both games.
got the outside corner with that one, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I think they just wear like black or something. Something for the cargo.
Ball outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Soto doubled in the 6th. That was that fly ball to right that Gray lost in the sun, had trouble tracking down because of the wind. 3-2 pitch. Ball inside. It gets away from Miller on the check swing. He went around. He's not going, and that allows Miller to track it down and fire it down to Martinez at first for the putout. So Soto is retired on the strikeout. It'll be a 2-3 putout, and that's strikeout number 2 for Shanuel. And Soto is still in a little disbelief that he got rung up on that swing. That ball had some movement on it from Shanuel, and it got away from Miller, but Soto, if he had run right away, swinging a foul back, and it's 0-1 to Antonini. I don't know if he would have been sprinting down anyway, because that, in his mind, would have been ball 4, but check swing on a pitch low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike now to Antonini. Pitch here from Shanuel. Swinging a foul off. 0-2 the count to Antonini. So still no balls and 2 strikes. 5-2 your score. Rattlers trail it in the 8th. The Rattlers taking on Peoria here at Neuroscience Group Field today. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Shanuel with another strikeout. That's 3 for him. And there are 2 away in the top of the 8th inning. This is season number 27 for the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. All time in season openers, Wisconsin is 14-12. in home openers. The Rattlers are 16-10. That's going to be a ball up, and it's 1-0 to Tommy Jew, who has got a home run and 2 singles today. The Rattlers have played Peoria 5 times prior to today in their home opener, and they're 2-3 against the Chiefs. Peoria has beaten the Rattlers 3 straight times in Wisconsin's home opener, and that dates back to 2007. Ball down low, and it's 2-1 now to Jew. Called strike, and it's 2-2. Two outs, nobody on. And Shanuel gets a fly ball to right. Gray on the move back. He'll run that one down. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Shanuel. He's retired 6 up and 6 down since coming into the ball game. 7.5 complete. Rattlers bats need to get going. Still looking for that first hit, trailing 5-2 on AM 1280 WNAM. Another new pitcher is on for Peoria. It's going to be Solano, Emmanuel Solano. He's going to replace Heredia. Solano takes over for Heredia, who worked a hitless 7th but allowed a walk and a run and committed a balk. It's been Michael McGreevy for 5 innings, and now 3 relievers out of the Chiefs bullpen. 1,551 on hand here today at Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium for this season opener. Tristan Peters lifts one to right. Jones is back, and it's off the base of the wall, and Peters into second. He'll stop there with a double, and the Rattlers have their first hit of the game here. A leadoff double by Peters. Tristan Peters, like we talked about earlier, 7th rounder in 2021 out of Southern Illinois University. He's got the first hit of 2022, and now here's Sal Frelick. 0 for 3 tonight. He is flown out, fouled out, and grounded out. And after a long at bat, his first time up against McGreevy, where Frelick saw, about 13, 14 pitches? A lot of pitches. He has swung at the first pitch in the 3rd and the 6th. Now he takes a ball here against Solano. Solano out of the Dominican Republic. Frelick went around on that check swing. Plate umpire Nate Diedrich made the call on that, and Sal Frelick is wondering why he didn't check with Ken Jackson on it. And Diedrich apparently saying, I've got it. All right, 1-1. Frelick fouls that one off at the plate, and it's 1-2. Solano, a member of the Chiefs back in 2021. Going to get a visit here. Signed as an international free agent in 2016 out of the Dominican Republic. Solano 6'2", 175. Looks back at Peters at second, and the 1-2 to Fralick is a swing and a miss, strike three. And there's one gone in the eighth. Here comes Tyler Black on his way to the plate after a quick word with Fralick. Again, Tyler Black getting his first look at Solano. Black knocked in a run in the sixth with an RBI groundout. That's a called strike, and it's 0-1. Officially Black 0 for 3. Grounded out the third twice, and he had a ground ball back to McGreevy on the mound. That's a called strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Same two teams tomorrow, 1:10 start time on the doubleheader. Rattlers have Kanar and Shook tomorrow. Ground ball up the middle, and that's going to get past Mendlinger. Around third, scoring is Peters, and Black will hold on at first base. Mendlinger got a little crossed up on that one. I don't know if he got a bad read off the bat on that one. It looked like he got his feet a little crossed up, trying to make the play on that one. They're going to want to see this one to decide what they're going to do with it, as Black is aboard. Peters scores, and here's Gray. And Gray lines it to left and deep. And Gray has hit it off the wall. Black heading for third. He's going to score. Gray is into second with an RBI double, and it's a one-run game. Joe Gray Jr. jumped on that first pitch from Solano and lines it off the wall in left center field. They gave Black an RBI single. He'll score all the way from first on that hit by Gray. And Xavier Warren batting with the tying run in scoring position. He's the lead run at the plate. And that's a ball in the dirt, blocked by Antonini. He will hold the runner at second. And that runner is Joe Gray Jr., who had 90 RBI last season. That's his first this year, and the Rattlers with 3 hits in the 8th to make it a one-run game. They were down 4-0. It's now 5-4 in the 8th. Ball in the dirt again, and that one got Warren, and the Rattlers with the lead run on base. It's a hit batsman, and Ernesto Martinez will now bat. Warren will jog down to first. He's the lead run. Joe Gray Jr., the tying run at second, and Ernesto Martinez is going to have to wait a moment because Edwin Moreno, the pitching coach for the Chiefs, is heading out to the mound. Well, I'll tell you, Joe Gray Jr., he got into that pitch and hit it high off that upper tier of wall signs just underneath the Rattlers, the video board out there. And that was an absolute shot off the bat of Joe Gray Jr. And that was something else. Rattlers with 2 runs in the inning. Peters started the inning with a double. After the strikeout by Fralick, Black with the RBI single and Gray with the RBI double. Warren has been hit by a pitch, and now here's Ernesto Martinez, who has walked twice, struck out once, and scored once. And Martinez takes inside from Solano, and it's 1-0. Well, Joe Aralt in his media day session on Wednesday said The Rattlers were going to play to win every game. Down 5-0 late, without a hit through 5 innings or a run. Scored a couple of runs without the benefit of a hit. And now they all of a sudden have the tying run in scoring position, the lead run on base, and 1 out in the 8th inning. Ernesto Martinez Jr. waiting. Solano on a 2-0 pitch. Inside again, and it's 3-0. Carlos Rodriguez waiting on deck. There is activity in both bullpens. But the attention is at the plate. Martinez against Solano on a 3-0. Inside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded with 1 out for Carlos Rodriguez. Martinez walks for the 3rd time today. Peoria, that's Ryan Lutis, loosening in their bullpen. Rodriguez inside, and a good scoop there by Antonini. That's 6 straight now that have missed the strike zone from Solano. He hit Warren. He walked Martinez on 4 straight, and now he's 1-0 to Rodriguez. And Patrick Anderson, the manager of the Chiefs, is not going to wait around. He is going to go to the bullpen here in the bottom of the 8th inning with the bases loaded and 1 out, and a new pitcher coming in for Peoria. So Rodriguez is out, or excuse me, Solano is out, and this is going to be a tough spot for Peoria. And as we mentioned, this is Lutis coming into the ball game. And we have a 1-run game where Peoria has out-hit Wisconsin 8-3, but the Rattlers getting some damage late here in the 8th inning. Lutis, 6'5", 225, signed as a non-drafted free agent in 2021. It's out of Washington University in St. Louis. Pitched last year down in the Low A Southeast, what has now been renamed to the historical Florida State League for the Palm Beach Cardinals. And he comes in a tough spot in his 2022 High A Central debut. He is going to face Carlos Rodriguez with a 1-0 count, the bases loaded, and his team holding a 1-run lead. It was 5-0 going into the bottom of the 6th, but the Rattlers have fought back and making it interesting here. Lutis was 1-2 in 12 games, 1 start for Palm Beach last season. This will be his first appearance against the Brewers affiliate. Brewers, of course, were in the Florida State League for many years when that was their High A affiliate in Brevard County, where Joe Aralt was the manager. The Brewers then moved on to Carolina and out of the Florida State League. So here's Carlos Rodriguez facing the 5th pitcher of the night for Peoria. Bases loaded, 1 out, bottom of the 8th, Rattlers down by 1. Right-hander's pitch. Rodriguez lifts it to left. That's going to be enough to tie the game. Jew makes the catch. Tagging is Gray. He will score, and it's a brand new game at Neuroscience Group Field. 5-5 in the 8th. Rodriguez, he's such a good hitter. He doesn't try to do too much. He just said, you know what? We just need a fly ball to get the tying run home. Let's put it in play. And that's exactly what he did. Gray scores. Warren, the lead run at second. Martinez at first with 2 out. And Ethan Murray is now facing Lutis. 5-5 in the 8th. And there's a strike to Murray, and it's 0-1. Murray, the 8th man to bat in the 8th inning for Wisconsin. Fly ball center field. Antico is back. He's under it, short of the track to make the catch, and Murray is retired. But the Rattlers tie it up. They score 3 runs on 3 hits in strand 2. To the 9th we go. 5-5 your score. Wisconsin and Peoria on opening day 2022 on WNAM. Cam Robinson is the new pitcher for the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. It's 5-5 to the 9th. The Chiefs will have Mendlinger, Antico, and Wynn. 9, 1, and 2 in their order coming up here in the top of the 9th inning. The Rattlers have come back from 5-0 down to tie this thing up. And now Robinson, who was at 3 levels last year. He made 1 appearance for Biloxi in May, but he also spent the majority of his season in Carolina before a cameo at the end of the 2021 season with the Timber Rattlers. Robinson going to miss low with that one to Mendlinger, and it's 1-0. Robinson's in there with a strike, and it's 1-1. One and one with 12 saves and 13 opportunities for Carolina last year. He's going to get a swing and a foul up the first baseline, and it's 1-2. He was 2-1 with a save in 12 appearances with Wisconsin at the end of last season. Joined the Rattlers on August 17th and made 12 appearances over the final month. He's going to miss with that one, an off-speed pitch, and it's 2-2. MLB Pipeline puts Robinson at the number 26 spot in the prospect rankings in the Brewers system. Here comes the 2-2. Outside corner called, third strike on a changeup there from Robinson. And there's one away in the 9th. The Rattlers' 9th will be Miller, Peters, and Freilich. It was Peters who started that rally in the 9th.
Center fielder, 5,
With that double and run scoring on the single by Black. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1 to Antico. 0 for 4, couple of strikeouts for the leadoff batter for the Chiefs today. Robinson's next pitch is a ground ball back to the mound. He's got it. Step and throw from the mound to first base in time. 2 gone in the 9th. The starting pitchers are off the hook now. It's up to the bullpens. And it looks like it will be Lutis in the bottom of the 9th inning. Came in with the bases loaded and 1 out and got the sacrifice fly. That's about his best case scenario there. Swinging a ground ball high off the plate. Robinson has it and throws it down the right field line. This is going to get Wynn, who is very fast, down to second base. Wynn is incredibly fast, and that ball hit off the plate or the hard dirt by home plate and went high into the air. Robinson had to play it off the back of the mound, and that rushed throw was wide of the mark and Martinez. Martinez would have had to reach into the runner, and that would have been a really bad collision. So Wynn, who is very quick out there at second base with a lead run for the Chiefs. Robinson in there with a strike, and it's 0-1 to L.J. Jones. That's going to be an E1 on Robinson. A good throw that doesn't sail into the runner gets Wynn by about half a step. That's how quick Wynn is. Breaking ball, that locked up L.J. Jones, and it's 0-2. See what Robinson and Miller have in store for Jones on this one. The 0-2 pitch. Popped him up, foul. It's going to get out of play, and it's still no balls and 2 strikes. Miller the side, Robinson the set, and the pitch. Line to left and deep for Jones. Back, and it is off the top of the wall. Jones is going to get into second with an RBI double, and Peoria has retaken the lead at 6-5. 0-2 pitch got way too much of the plate. Jones got it and nearly hit it out. Well, the 2-out error let Jones get a hack, and he made the most of it. And now Robinson's going to try to get through this inning without any more damage. There's a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Boy, you just give another chance, and it comes back to bite you. There's a called strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-2. And again, there wasn't much that Robinson could do on that play by Wynn. I mean, he's streaking down the line on that high hopper off the dirt. 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll do it. The Rattlers need another comeback. They were down 5-0, came back to tie it, but the Chiefs get a run on a hit, an error, and leave one in the ninth. It's 6-5 Peoria going to the bottom of the ninth on WNAM. Bottom of the ninth inning is here, and the Rattlers look like they were an out away from coming in just needing 1 to win. Now they need 2 to win. Well, they scored 3 in the 8th. Can they come back here in the 9th against Ryan Lutis? Miller to lead it off, 0 for 3. He'll take a ball up, and it's 1-0. He has struck out twice, reached on an error, and scored. The Rattler catcher waiting on Lutis's pitch. Outside a ball, 2-0. Rattlers have put the leadoff man aboard in each of the last 3 innings. That man has scored. Lutis on the 2-0. Miller had a cut and fouled it back. It's 2-1. The wind that was blowing pretty steadily throughout the early portions of this ball game has died away to next to nothing right now. Here's the 2-1. Look out inside, it clipped him on the elbow, and the Rattlers have the tying run aboard to start the 9th. Second hit batsman for Wisconsin. The Rattlers have had a lot of free base runners in this ball game today. That's the second hit batsman. There have been 5 walks and an error. And now Tristan Peters, who had the first Wisconsin hit of the ball game when he doubled back in the 8th inning, will step in as the potential winning run.
Running at first for the Rattlers. Number 1,
Jason Coca is going to pinch run for Miller.
running.
So we'll get a pinch runner here as Peters waits and now takes a strike. Jason Coca taking the lead from first base. He's the tying run. The 0-1 to Peters. In there, a strike, and it's 0-2. Sal Frelick is on deck. Tyler Black will also be hoping to get a shot here tonight in the ninth. And then Gray, if it continues. Ludus, the right-hander. Peters, the left-hand DH. Ball bounced in the dirt, well in front of home plate on a changeup. Blocked nicely by Antonini. New baseball here. Rattlers were down 5-0, came back to tie it, and then the Chiefs took the lead on the 2-out RBI double by Jones in the top of the ninth. Peters trying to answer. Swings and fouls it straight back. He was right on that 93-mile-an-hour heater from Lutus. And it's 1-2. Bounce that one in, and Coca got a good jump away from first. The throw to second is late, and Coca, the tying run, is now in scoring position. He got a good jump. It was a good throw from Antonini, and Wynn with a quick tag, but it was just a tad late, says base umpire Ken Jackson. And the Rattlers now with that tying run in scoring position. Do the Rattlers have another comeback in them here? Tell you what, this group of guys had some great comebacks in Carolina last year under Joe Aralt. Peters grounds that one to the right side. He's going to move Coca, the tying run, to third. The throw to first is low and scooped out by Francisco. So Peters does the job and moves the tying run 90 feet from home plate. And here comes Sal Frelick. Who is 0 for 4 in his 2022 debut. Frelick will take a strike, and it's 0-1. Frelick is flown out to left, fouled out to third, grounded out, and he struck out in the eighth. That was against Solano, the only out for Solano in that inning. Frelick swings and misses at an 0-1 breaking ball in the dirt, and it's 0-2. The infield is in for the Chiefs. They're going to try to cut down Coca at the plate on a ground ball at an infielder. Frelick looking to deliver here in the ninth. Rattlers down 6-5. Coca, the tying run from third. Frelick swings and lifts one shallow left. That's going to drop in fair territory. Coca scores, Frelick delivers, and it's tied at 6 in the ninth. against the drawn-in infield. Freilich just kind of flicked that one down the left field line and kept it fair. And Coca scores easily. And the Rattlers have the lead. And now they have the winning run at first base for Tyler Black. Black has knocked in 2 runs and scored a run already today. He lines that one foul down the left field line, and it's 0-1. Black 1 for 4. He had an RBI ground out in the 6th, RBI single, and a run scored in the 8th. Freilich edging away from first. Lutis looks in for the side. He'll go to his set, and the pitch. Swing and a miss by Black, and it's 0-2 with Joe Gray Jr. waiting on deck. Gray nearly tied the game with him on his own with a line drive off the top of the wall in left. It went for an RBI double. That was in the 8th. Here in the 9th, it's Black waiting on an 0-2 pitch. Freilich the winning run at first. Black takes in the dirt. Another nice block by Antonini. Holding on at first is Freilich. And by the way, Freilich, that base hit came on an 0-2 pitch. Just got it done and got it down. And the worst case scenario for the Rattlers right now is going to extra innings. Black or Gray hoping for a shot to win it here. The 1-2 to Black. There goes Freilich. Pitch is high. Throw to second is in time. Freilich is out. It's a 2-6 caught stealing on a strong throw from Antonini. Freilich thought he might have got that hand in under the tag, but Wynn gets him for the 2-6 caught stealing. And there are 2 outs with the bases empty. And it's now 2-2 to Black. With 2 outs and the bases empty. That one's going to be down low, and it's 3-2. So now Black will look to extend the inning to Gray. Antonini actually got a pretty good pitch to throw on as well on that 1-2 offering. 2-2 to Tyler Black. Swinging a fly ball foul to left, and it's still 3 balls and 2 strikes. (1,551) we're here at one point or another this afternoon. As the 3-2 pitch, Black fouls another one off to left. All right. Lutis with another offering here. Going to be timeout asked for by plate umpire Nate Diedrich. 6-6 in the 9th. Black fights a changeup foul to the backstop, and it's still 3-2. Rattlers down 5-0 earlier in this ball game. Came back to tie it. Chiefs took the lead in the top of the 9th. Rattlers tied in the bottom of the 9th. And now a 3-2 pitch to Black. Line drive to the left center field gap, but that's going to be run down out there by Tommy Jew. So the Rattlers done in the 9th. They get a run on a hit. Nobody left on board. We're going to the 10th. Tied at 6, Wisconsin and Peoria on your home for Timber Rattlers baseball, WNAM. Thing. Wes Clark is going to come in and catch. That was after Darian Miller was hit by the pitch to open the 9th. Jason Coca pinch ran for Miller and scored the tying run. And now Wes Clark, in his 2022 debut, is in as the new catcher for the Rattlers. Setting the defense for Wisconsin, it's Rodriguez, Freilich, Gray. Outfield left to right. Infield third to first is Warren, Murray, Black, and Martinez. Clark is catching, and Cam Robinson back on the mound, the fourth Rattler pitcher of the game. Out at second base is Thomas Francisco, and Buschberger takes the ball in. It's 1-0. Again, here in the minor leagues, opening up the extra frame with the runner at second base. That's Francisco. Ball high, and it's 2-0. When we get to the bottom of the 10th inning, Tyler Black will open the inning at second base with Joe Gray Jr. leading off. Robinson's going to try to keep this even at 6. He's going to miss inside there, though, to Buschberger, and it's 3-0. Buschberger, Soto, and Antonini due up here. 5, 6, and 7 in the Peoria order. 6-6 in the 10th. And it's a 4-pitch walk to open the 10th. And that puts runners at first and second for Peoria. Bring up Carlos Soto, who has a double today and a run scored in 4 trips. Robinson, a 2017 draft pick out of University High School in Orlando, Florida. Gonna miss up with that one, and Clark just telling him to settle down, and we'll get a first appearance out of the Rattler dugout by new pitching coach Will Shearholtz. Going to go talk things over with Robinson and try to settle down the right-hander. Wisconsin has come back twice on the Chiefs today. I think they'd love to put up a 0 here and not have to worry about coming back in the bottom of the 10th inning. But the Chiefs, they have done what they've needed to do today. They put 5 runs on the board in the first 6 innings. And then in the 9th, they took the lead on that 2-out rally. Wisconsin does have activity in their bullpen right now. I think that's Robbie Baker loosening in the bullpen, and it is. There's an off-speed pitch that drops in for a strike, and it's 0-1 to Soto. Make that 1-1 to Soto. Robinson, check swing, he held. 2 balls and a strike. Robinson now set, and is 2-1 to Soto. In there a strike, and it's 2-2. Francisco at second. Buschberger at first. 6-6 in the 10th. Fouled off at the plate, and it's still 2-2. Fun opening day here today. Going to be a good season for Timber Rattlers baseball in 2022. Hope you can make it out here as often as possible. The 2-2. Got him swinging. Big pitch there from Robinson. Comes back to get Soto for his 3rd strikeout. And now 1 out for Antonini, who has knocked in 4 of his team's 6 runs tonight. All right, Robinson To the set and the pitch. Antonini takes the ball high, and it's 1-0. Antonini started the scoring back in the second inning with a 2-run homer. He added a 2-run single in the 6th. The 1-0. In there a little bit low on that one, and it's 2-0. Went with the changeup and missed. Swing and a miss. Good fastball there from Robinson. A little zip to that, and it's 2-1. Antonini was trying to hit that one farther than he hit his home run back in the 2nd. We're in the 10th now, tied at 6. And the 2-1 from Robinson. Swing and a miss. Little giddy up in that one, and it's 2-2 to Antonini. Ground ball double play here gets you out of the inning and sets you up to win it in the bottom of the 10th. Robinson's 2-2. Fouled straight back, and it's still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coming up on the top of the hour, we'll sneak it back for an ID here in a moment to you. Here comes the 2-2. Fly ball, right center field. Gray back, short of the track. He'll make the catch. Tagging and taking third will be Francisco as the throw comes into second base. Antonini is retired. 2 outs, runners at the corners. And before the next batter steps up, 10 seconds for station ID. This is Timber Rattlers Baseball. That is Brian spinning the dials back in the WNAM studios today after he took over from Max. There are 2 outs in the top of the 10th inning. We're tied at 6. Peoria has runners at the corners. And Cam Robinson against Tommy Jew has had himself, or who has had himself, one heck of a day. 3 for 4 with a home run and 2 singles. He's going to take a ball up, and it's 1-0. Inning started with that runner at second base and a walk followed, but then a strikeout and a flyout have Robinson on the verge of getting out of this. But he's down 2-0 now to Tommy Jew. The 2-0. Drop that one low, and it's 3-0. Noah Mendlinger is waiting on deck. Robinson looks like he's being a little careful here with a guy who has 3 hits today. Ball 4 is up, and that'll load him up for Mendlinger, who is 0 for 4 today with 2 groundouts, a flyout. He struck out looking in the 9th against Robinson. That was to start the 9th. Bushberger moves down to second. Francisco, the lead run, is still at third. Mendlinger out of Georgia College, non-drafted free agent in 2021. Left-hand bat ready. Robinson, right-hand pitcher, sets. In there, a strike, and it's 0-1. Two outs, bases loaded in a tie game in the 10th. And the 0-1. Broken back ground ball, fielded by Black, on to Martinez. And that is a scoreless 10th inning for Cam Robinson, and he claims a broken bat as well. We go to the bottom of the 10th. It's 6-6 Wisconsin and Peoria. A run will win it for the Rattlers when we come back on WNAM. Good job by Cam Robinson to get out of that top of the 10th inning, leaving the bases loaded. Ryan Lutis is on for the Chiefs here. Came on in the 8th. He came in with the bases loaded and 1 out, gave up a sacrifice fly, and then gave up the RBI single to Fralick in the 9th. Now he's pitching with the score tied at 6. Tyler Black will start the inning out at second base. And Joe Gray Jr., who laced a double off the wall his last time up to knock in a run, will lead it off for Wisconsin. Rattlers a chance to walk it off on opening night 2022. And Gray had a cut to do just that, and Lutis pulled the string on him. Threw up a 82-mile-an-hour looper, and Gray was way out in front of it. 6-6 in the 10th. Gray lays off another off-speed pitch in the dirt. That will even up the count at 1-1. Rattlers have rallied back twice, down 5-0 and 6-5. Gray takes off the inside corner there, and it's 2-1. Xavier Warren is waiting on deck. Hitters count for Gray. Lutis the pitch. Gray had a cut and popped it up. He got a changeup, and he was just off of it. So it's 2-2 to the Rattlers right fielder. Rattler dugout ready to celebrate. Gray on the 2-2. Lutis wants a new sign. He gets it. Gray lifts it foul, first base side. Over near the stands is Francisco, but it's going to drift out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gray, in one of his first games as a Rattler back last year, had the base hit that won the ball game against Quad Cities. And a walk-off in that one. Can he do it here tonight? The 2-2. Gray lays off the pitch on a check swing, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. RBI single against Quad Cities on July 7th last year. Can he deliver here? The 3-2. Gray pulls it foul past Joe Aralt. Down the left field line it goes, and it's still 3-2. Peoria actually walked the Rattlers off twice last year down at Dozer Park. Rattlers looking to get a little payback from that to open this season. Another 3-2 to Gray with the winning run at second in the 10th. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Came back with another changeup, and Joe was just out in front of it. First strikeout for Lutis. So Black still at second, and Xavier Warren will now bat. Warren had a walk-off last year in Carolina. Had a walk-off home run to beat Lynchburg on July 6th last year. Warren 0 for 3. He has been hit by a pitch today. And he's got a line drive to center. It's going to carry to Antico. Tagging is Black. He's going to go for third, and he's going to get in there safely. So Warren hits it hard, but he hits it to where Antico could make the play. Black does move up to third, and now Ernesto Martinez will bat with a chance to knock in the winning run. And Black, by going back, tagging, and taking third, that allows him to try to score on anything that gets past on Antonini. Martinez. Outside, a ball, 1-0. Martinez has walked 3 times and struck out once. He has scored a run. This is his first time facing Lutis. It's a strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-1. Activity in the Rattlers bullpen. I believe we'll see Barker for the 11th if we get there. Martinez trying to prevent that from happening. The 1-1. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Antonini, and it's 2-1. Rattlers with a chance to win it here today. They have never led in this ball game. The 2-1. Swing and a fly ball, right center field. That's going to do it. It's down for a base hit, and Ernesto Martinez has done it. The Rattlers have beaten the Chiefs 7-6 in 10 innings on opening night. He is mobbed by his teammates out in left center field, and the Rattlers, who were down 5-0 in this game, come back to win it 7-6 in 10 innings. The line score comes your way in 2 minutes. This is Wisconsin Timber Rattlers baseball on WNAM.